Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman and Handy Andy On Demand, our small handyman division. Handy Andy Handyman will do pretty much anything on a house. And you're going to see some of the things we're going to be doing on this particular property. This is a gorgeous home in Cumming that's getting ready for sale. The folks have retired and moved off, and they just ran out of steam trying to get some of this stuff done, and are realizing that if they sell it as is, it's a fixer-upper, and it's going to sell for at least $100,000 less than what it should sell for. And so they're going to have to spend some money here, but they'll get a quick return and a quick sale of this house. It's a gorgeous lot. I don't know how many acres are up here, but so Handy Andy Handyman has been running for about 20 years now. We do a little bit of everything. Siding, trim, deck repairs, painting, major projects, minor projects. And then our on-demand division is if you want to change the toilet out. Instead of paying the plumber $450, you can hire on-demand to do it. You prepay for 2 hours a time. The guys come out prepared to do it. There's so many little things that we don't get to. But on this one, it's a whole bunch of stuff. They've got this great roof that they just put on here. They've got a lot of rot scattered around the house. We're going to have to clean the valleys and the gutters. And you see trees growing out, you know you got trouble. And those things have been sitting in there for probably 3 or 4 years at this point. They started painting, and the painter is gone. So we'll come in and do it right. So we'll continue with the same color scheme. Because this house is going to be listed for sale, there's a lot of borer bee damage and woodpecker damage that we're just going to caulk those boards. But anything that's obvious and rotted, we're going to want to fix. Like this cap board right here above the roof line. When you see the wrinkles in the wood, you can put your fingernail in and just go right through it. And with fresh paint, it'll look even brighter. And so those are things the home inspector is looking for. Even in this market, Atlanta's a hot market, so people think they can just toss that house out there and it's going to sell instantly. People are scared of rotted wood. They're scared of a lot of deferred maintenance. Little stuff, you don't want to go in your house and fix everything because you want to leave something for the home inspector. But on this particular house, especially if you have a property that you have a lot of equity in, you're better off to do the repairs. Sometimes we can do the work and get paid at closing. It just depends on the whole situation. We'll go inside and you're going to see there's a leak around this corner, and a lot of it is debris. But when they did the roof, they left the old step flashing and they didn't seal over it. So around this corner here, there's a leak past this window. And some of it's that gutter right there too. So it's coming from a couple of places. So on the front, just this cap down here. When you get to the left side, the homeowners had some of the siding replaced with hardy plank, and some of it is the old LP chipboard. And so what we're going to do here, this is what I'm talking about. So you see these holes up through here? We're not going to replace these boards, but it's everywhere around the house. So we're going to fill it. This board back here is rotted through in the corner, so we'll change that fascia board out. With LP, we've done this before. There was a house last year up in Spring Hill we did, and that particular house ended up, what we'll do on this house is we'll brush the bottom edge of the siding so it'll seal the siding for the home inspection and for the next owner, and then we'll spray the rest of the siding instead of hand painting it because they're selling the house. But that's what we did in Spring Hill, and that house went for $40,000 more than what they thought they were going to list it for just because of the condition of the siding. People are coming out and telling this homeowner he's got to change all the siding. No. Just your worst spots where you see a real difference in the thickness, you need to go ahead and fix it. You can see they had some scaffolding here to do it. All these little circles you see in the siding are where the siding is swelled over the nail head because they never caulked it. So this house is 30 years old, and you can see in the corners like here, see that shadow? They never caulked that siding, so it's been catching water forever. There used to be a gutter here. They took it away, but we'll replace this fascia. We're not going to put a gutter here. It might come up on a home inspection report. But all that borer bee damage up there, we're just going to seal it. Hand wash the house lightly. Spray it with the same color paint. All the trim will get brushed and caulked. Anywhere you see a black line, like this homeowner just painted this right here. See that black line between the corner boards? And he made that repair up there. It's never been caulked. All the siding that he put in here and painted, none of it's been caulked. So all the water's going inside the house. We'll go ahead and replace this downspout right here on the right rear corner. It's gone. When we get to the back of the house, again, you can't ever change. We've talked about this on other videos. You can't interlace hardy plank siding with LP. It just won't work. It'll draw the inspector's eye, and they're different dimensions. And the rest of it's rotted anyway. So we're going to replace the siding from here up to the nose, and it'll give it a cleaner look. Always replace your siding in rows. On the triple window, it's going to be hard to see in the video. It's getting ready to storm, so I'm kind of racing. And you see all those circles? Those are recessed nail heads where the siding is swelled over the nail head. So the nail didn't move, the siding did. See that little black line in the left corner right there? And if you look in the middle of this nose where it's real black like that, if you put your finger in it, go right through it. It's just rotted out. And it's really from all this. All that water's just been coming over the top. So we can fix it. The same thing here at this, over the sliders right here. This right-hand window will repair that rotted right molding and replace the nose. And then the siding from right there where he stopped will go up to the bottom of this next window right here in Hardy Planks, like 6 rows, I think. The chimney siding is pretty well gone. I'll get some of it from here. So we'll just continue from where the last person started replacing it. Replace all the siding, remaining siding on the chimney with Hardy Plank. And there's actually, I don't know if I'll be able to show it from the other side. There's a hole right clean into the chimney right now. So I got to get my guys over here to do that. It's a lot of work. It'll take us a couple weeks to turn this thing around and get it done, but we'll go in through the inside and repaint everything and clean it up. They got some damage to the ceilings, which is why they finally put a roof on. You know, it's really hard in Atlanta to find good contractors, and it's been an interesting year for us. We've had a few projects where the price of materials has gone up from 40 to 400%. And thank God we make a lot of our stuff, so we were able to make our own trims, but we still have to buy some stuff. And we honored our prices. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but we're relationship-driven people, and we do a lot of stuff, so it certainly keeps us busy. So we get inside the house, you're gonna see, like here, see the change, the water stain on the ceiling. So these ceilings in this foyer, in the great room, there's a huge patch up there. It's gonna be hard to get to through here. All the walls, ceilings, and trim will need to be painted. The ceilings in the great room and the foyer and in the kitchen will have to be primed. The kitchen walls are gonna have to be primed before they get painted. And here's that leak right here. So we're gonna have to cut and patch about 2 foot worth of ceiling and wall right there, and then treat it with microban for any kind of mold. Everything in here is gonna be treated with M1. They've kept the air conditioning going, so it's cool in here, but I don't want any latent mold coming out of that spot right there to cause anybody any grief. So some of the walls will have to be primed. Some of them will just be straight painted. We'll go ahead and paint these balusters, a color called Black Fox. The wall color will probably be an agreeable gray. There's another color we use all the time that just escapes me. The laundry room will get painted. The floors are gorgeous. Let me see if I can get us out here real quick. Again, I apologize for hurrying. It seems like I'm always in a hurry these days. You can see the moisture starting to get in the wall right here at the door. This left-hand door jamb is rotted right there. If you look at the chimney, nothing got caulked. So every time it rains, all that water is going in the house right now. And none of it's caulked. The original siding wasn't caulked. So my guess is that somebody, probably the homeowner, at some point replaced these corner boards with 2-bys and just never caulked it. Because you look all the way up through here and you can see the birds are living up here. And then when you get around this side, right here, he's missing a couple boards right there. It's wide open. So he did a lot of it in here, he just didn't caulk it. I believe the homeowner did this stuff. This window's cracked right here. We're not gonna fix it, we're gonna leave that for an inspection item. And then when we have windows like that, we can repair them. And then you can see above this window line right here, we're just gonna go ahead and replace these 2 rows above this double window. But it's amazing to me that none of this siding is caulked. When you looked at the joints, they've all cracked open, probably because it was caulked at one time here, and this house hasn't been painted in 12 or 15 years. It'd be a real pretty house, and it'll sell very quickly once this work gets done. And again, you can see more of the board be damaged over here. So on a paint job like this, we're breaking out the price. Every one of these nail heads are gonna get caulked, and then it'll get painted. And believe it or not, it's really hard to get caulk right now. We're going through all kinds of hoops and giggles to get the caulk that we use. We can't find it, and they tell us that. And same with paint. Duration paint is really hard to find, so we may be using a different product on this one. But when that electrical issue happened in Texas, they tell me that somehow impacted a lot of Sherwin-Williams' paint supply. That's what I'm being told. So this is the master. It's kind of hard to see it, but some of these rooms will have to be primed first. This ceiling will have to be primed. There was a leak right up here. It's not going to show in the video very well, but you just kind of see that shadow. So we'll prime that out first. This is the master bathroom. Give you a little light. So the homeowner is starting to do some tile work in here. We're going to pull that ceiling out of here and patch the drywall. I have a really nice glass. You're going to see me in a second with my afro going right now. I would probably change this fixture out. He took his old dining room fixture and painted it and put it in here. I've got a nice glass one that we might be able to put in here, just give it a little pop. The tile work works great. So once it's repainted and cleaned up, he started to paint in here. This is a little bit darker than what you'd really want right now. And just to make things match, we'll either change that towel bar out or we'll spray paint that one and put it back. I won't take you upstairs, but it's a little bit of the same in terms of there's 2 bedrooms and a bathroom up there, and we'll just be cleaning them up and painting. We need to do quite a bit of drywall work in here. That seam is popped right there from moisture. There's a couple more ceiling stains up here in the ceiling. But once he cleans this up and change something simple, just get rid of that brass fixture right there. The doorknobs and hinges people can see through, and they'll, that really won't register, but an outdated light fixture like that one, that's a $30 fixture, so just change it and be done with it. But man, when this thing is done, it will be a beautiful home. It'll probably, once people see the outside is fixed up, we can still be painting on the inside and they'll be ready to buy this thing. So anyway, do a ton of this stuff. This particular broker, we've probably known him for 20 years, I'm guessing. Long time. My brother and I do everything. We run a crew of 30. We're all over Atlanta. Just please be patient with us. Please be patient. If it's a rush and you're working with one of the realtors that we do a lot with, let us know that because we just can't get to everybody. And when you see our reviews, a lot of people will say, hey, we just couldn't get them on the phone. Well, okay, I say that up front. I'm busy. And so that's just how it is. But if you're coming to us on a referral, make sure you text us. You can reach me at 770-265-9017 directly sometimes. Text works better. You can catch the office at 770-912-2829. I'm Andy. We'll see you at the next house. Bye for now.